Welcome to the second episode of Real Estate Matters. I am your host and realtor, Deborah Morris. Today, our discussion is on the future of the real estate market here in Jamaica. I have invited the giant in the industry, a phenomenal woman, a woman with knowledge. She comes with over 30 years of experience in this industry. Not only does this woman show empathy to her family and friends, she also shows empathy to her clients and to her staff. She is my role model. She is Deborah Cumming, broker of Century 21, Heave-Ho Properties. Hi, Deborah Cumming. How are you today?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I am excited to have you here on our program, Real Estate Matters. Debbie, today we'll be discussing the future of the real estate market here in Jamaica. And I'd love for you to just give us an insight on the future of the residential real estate here in Jamaica.
Okay. If we all had a crystal ball in these times, it would be great. Unfortunately, we don't. But I've had 30 years experience in the business,
Yes.
so I think I have an idea of where we may be going. The first thing is that residential real estate is a necessity. Everyone wants a roof over their head, whether they're buying, selling, upsizing, downsizing, renting. So real estate is something that people talk about and have to have. We're coming from a market where prices were high, the demand for property was very strong, so we're coming from a seller's market. Yeah. So, a lot of it depends on, what's going to happen. It depends on the location of the property and the price point of the property. One of the challenges that we're going to be faced with is access to financing. A lot of the institutions are not wanting to lend right now.
Yes.
A lot of them are increasing their interest rates because of the insecurity of not knowing where we're going, not knowing people are going to have their jobs. So they're trying to mitigate their losses. But you'll always have situations where people will have cash, people will take advantage of another person's bad situation.
Yeah.
So that's life. But in Jamaica, we've had a shortage of residential homes. We still have a shortage. It's very much driven by the price of the property and the location of the property. So today, if you have a property, let us say, for example, in Trafalgar Park or anything $30 million and below, you will get multiple offers on it.
Right.
There's still a lot of people in that price point.
point.
Who is going to be affected the most, I think, is a higher price point where you may need to get a mortgage. So those areas are going to be definitely affected.
And Debbie, what I've noticed, I've been getting a lot of calls in St. Catherine for persons wanting to purchase in St. Catherine and what they're doing, because maybe some of them, they have like a reduction in salary, so they're teaming up with their husband or the wives or the sisters where they can get the 13 million to purchase in St. Catherine, because properties they can get as low as 10 million, 11 million. So that's what I'm noticing, happening where I'm
But
concerned.
you're also finding too that we're getting a lot more calls, a lot more emails and properties because people have the time. They're working from home.
Yes.
Their businesses are down, so they have the time to be on the internet to see what's happening. So
Right.
people will be reaching out to you. And again, that price point, which is available in St. Catherine,
Yeah.
is very, very much in demand. And again, you will continue to see multiple offers. And it's great that people are able to team up, because for many Jamaicans, that's the only way that they will really ever own a home.
That is so correct, Debbie. Debbie, my next question to you. Are we in a transitioning market? And if yes, why is that so?
Well, I think the whole world is in a transition. We talk about our new normal, what is that going to be? So my answer to that would be absolutely, we are in a transitional market. Not 100% sure where we're going, but what we're seeing is that we're coming from a very strong seller's market where there are multiple offers on properties. These apartments going up to bedroom apartments, they're sold before they're out of the ground. And that's because there was a lot of money in circulation. A lot of people made money in the stock market. Businesses were doing well.
Yeah.
Jamaica was seeing positive growth for the first time in, I don't know, 40, 50 years. So we're coming from a time when things were really, really good to us all of a sudden one day just being turned on and saying, wake up. So yes, we're seeing definitely a slowdown. Are we going to go into a buyer's market, which means that the buyers are going to be calling the shots and then the sellers are going to have to reduce their prices if it is that they are very motivated and they have to sell. Market changes take time to happen, so we kind of have to watch it and see. I'm seeing things like people from overseas wanting to buy property and they're literally doing a walkthrough video.
Yes.
And their transactions actually taking place.
Yes.
So people, as I said, real estate, the need for housing is a necessity, and people will always look at the opportune time to do that for themselves.
Okay. So having said all of that, then, is it a good time to buy or sell?
It's the good time to buy or to sell is also a very personal thing. It depends on your personal circumstances. It may be a good time to buy if the person that's selling needs to sell and is in a position where they can't manage your mortgage, and so it depends on their motivation. So there will be people out there that are going to be looking for these opportunities. Is it a good time to sell? Again, it just depends on your situation and the location of your property. If you have something that's $30 million and under, there's never a bad time to sell in Jamaica.
Okay, thank you. So we've been talking about the residential market. What's the outlook on the commercial real estate?
Again, interesting. We're talking again about the new normal, and what we've seen happen due to COVID is that many businesses have had to close their physical offices and send their employees home to work. And that's something that had actually started in a lot of first world countries, where a lot of big companies were giving up their office space and their employees working from home. It's a good thing for the environment. It saves on time, traveling time. So this is something that people have continued to do, and I think a lot of companies are realizing that they need to cut their overheads. And cutting their overheads, their biggest overhead in many instances is their block and steel.
Right.
So I think you're definitely going to see a slowdown on that. People that have been getting ready to start a commercial project, I know a few of them are just sort of waiting and seeing. The good thing about us in Jamaica is that we're an island, we're small, we have so much land and no more. And I do say that I'm sure we will get back to being a very vibrant economy, and with that comes new businesses, new opportunities. But I think it's going to slow down for a bit, and people will be wait and see.
Alright, there we have it. Deborah Cumming from Century 21 Heave-Ho Properties. My audience, what can we say? We need to invite this powerful woman back on our platform as she imparts our knowledge to us on real estate matters. So we have come to the end of another episode of Real Estate Matters. Please leave your comment, or you can direct message me or call me at 876-997-6570. Tell me what topics you'd like us to discuss. Again, I am your host and realtor, Deborah Morris, from Century 21 Heave-Ho Properties.